All right, we're here day 0 at the Big 12 tournament. Weigh-ins tomorrow. Wrestling kicks off tomorrow, but West Virginia's up here getting a workout in, talking to Tim Flynn. Kind of, Coach, what are you guys doing today? And kind of talk about, I guess, what your process is here these last couple
I'm
days.
trying to stay out of their way, mostly. Just let them get their work in, drill a little bit, maybe a couple spar matches. If they wanted to go a little live, they could. But just kind of getting used to the venue and getting a sweat in, ready for the big day tomorrow.
So at this level, high school kids, or I was at the high school state tournament here last week, and it's pretty controlled and stuff like this. This level, it's kind of hands off. You just let them do the thing, it feels like, right?
The day before, yeah, I do. I don't know about other coaches, but I think they know what they need to work on or need to do, and I think it's just like fine tuning and just making sure your weight's where you need it.
So it's been, I don't know what your 10th trip. I mean, how many times you guys been up here to Tulsa for this tournament?
I've been here. This is 7th.
Seventh. So
yeah,
it's been quite a while. So kind of talk about some of your experience here. What it's like competing in this environment here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's in Oklahoma, so you have two teams from the state, so that gives them a little bit of a home crowd. But it's just nice. We like the venue. The Big 12 does a good job putting on a good show, and hotel's close, and we're kind of familiar with the area, from the Big 12s being here all the time, and then NCAA's one time. So, we like it here in Tulsa.
So give us a little bit of an assessment of your season, where your kids are right now.
Season started off pretty good. We've had some injuries, some guys, that were out of the lineup that were there at the beginning of the year. But we had a lot of guys step in and do some good things, kept our team kind of up in the rankings a little bit. So we were pretty happy with that, but kind of a little bit beat up, for the whole year. But we're excited to be here, and I think the guys are feeling good now.
So talk about dealing with that adversity a little bit. I was just talking to Iowa State. They're pretty banged up too. There's a lot of schools that everybody deals with that a little bit, but at this point in the season, some guys got to wrestle a little bit hurt and things like that. What's it like kind of navigating that throughout a year?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to really rely on your medical staff, and we got a great athletic trainer. But I mean, it's just part of the sport, and nobody cares, right? So, yeah, I always thought, even when I was young, if you just always wrestle your best team, and we have our best team that we can put out there this weekend, and we'll see how good that is.
With that, what do you see being the best versions of yourself? Is there a line of 8 qualifiers, or 2 champs, or whatever? Yeah. What do you see as a successful weekend for West Virginia?
Yeah, I don't really think about that. I just want these kids to wrestle their best. Obviously, we have a couple guys I think that can win the tournament, and other guys that I think can do really well. But we'd like to qualify as many as we can.
So obviously this builds into the NCAA tournament and sending, you want to send everybody you can. What do you feel like this environment does as far as just this level of competition and what the Big 12 is right now? You guys added a bunch of the affiliate schools a couple of years ago. Arizona State's in here now, and they're a lot of tradition, a lot of good wrestling there. OU stayed, Missouri's back in, all those things. All these pieces that if this is really, it's getting close to the Big Tens, in my opinion, is how tough this tournament is. What do you think this competitive environment does for a couple weeks later when they got to face, the gauntlet that is the NCAAs?
Yeah, I think it really prepares you. You're wrestling in a big tournament. We have 14-man brackets. So it's in an arena, big. It's just a big stage, and a lot of good athletes. So I think, I don't know, they say iron sharpens iron, So I feel like the Big 12, prepares you pretty well for the NCAA tournament.
Awesome, Coach. So, I'll let you get back to your team, and I got a little bit to go here. So, but I appreciate your time. Good luck this weekend.
Let's go, Matt.